A breeze courses through the thick moonlit forest, the tall trees like waves pulling and pushing. This sound of dry tide fills young Marcel's ears as he walks on the scar of a path to his family's cottage. Between his ears, he is going over the scolding he is about to receive from his parents once he returns. Marcel's mother sent him out for flour midday. Only an hour's walk to town should have brought him back home well before sunset. The other thought dancing with his scolding was how exciting the maidens of the town made him feel, and how he could bother them for hours on end about their beauty. Hours that kept him well into the day, leaving as the sun set on his back. One more thought sat in the corner, watching fear and lust waltz, and that was his mother's worry. His father was a brick of a man and could never be swayed by superstition, but his mother was clay. All of Marcel's life, she had preached of the forest and its magic and evil. She never let any of her children go a week without warnings of the woods and the mystic they hold. When putting her children to bed, she would fill their dreams with gnomes and elves, fairies and tree spirits, wolves with bottomless stomachs, and trolls that would enslave children to the dirt for eternity if you couldn't solve their impossible riddles. As a younger child, Marcel believed every word his mother said. When he looked out of the windows and walked to town with his older sister, he would always keep an eye out for any signs of the other world that mother always talked so deeply about. As he got older though, old enough to help his father with chores, his father's bluntness started to wear off on Marcel. Marcel doesn't think his mother a fool, but the days of looking for fairies and trolls in the woods were behind him. He knew his mother would be worried though. One thing she never let any of her children forget was her most important rule for the other world. The veil is thinnest at night and non-existent in the woods. If you can help it, never be in the woods after nightfall, and if you are, don't look into them, and never, ever get off the path. She said it with such seriousness that even though Marcel wasn't a believer of the mystical creatures his mother went on and on about, the words of his mother still drew attention and awareness out of Marcel's body. He walked at a brisk pace carrying the flower basket his mother sent him with. Half an hour and his mother won't have to worry. Hopefully, Marcel thinks. She won't get so worried that she sends out father or his older brother to come fetch him off the path, or his hide will also be getting a scolding tonight. Every thought Marcel was having was silenced. He heard something strange. His breath. He could hear his breathing, but that was it. Just a cold inhale and exhale. The air was dead around him. The trees had turned to stone, and the wildlife stomped out around him like his father's pipe after he was done smoking. Feeling of fire shot up his spine. He started to shake uncontrollably, sweat, burning with fear, but frozen in place. Marcel looked straight down the path, hoping and praying for any wind to come by, to take him out of this illusion. Just one rustle of a tree, just one sound of a squirrel, but nothing came. He could hear his heartbeat now, pounding in his ears. Still frozen, but the heat becoming unbearable, he lifted his hand slowly to take off his hood. As he started to draw it off his head, the corner of his vision made him pull it right back on. He immediately started walking again. Now, it wasn't just his breathing. He could hear his footsteps and piss running down his leg. When Marcel was removing his hood, he saw a face, no less than an inch from his own. A pale blue, horribly long face, with eyes as white as the moon. The eyes were what stopped him. His mother's words echoed in his brain, "Don't look into them." And he dare not look, so he walked, tears running down his face. He walked and walked, just kept looking at his legs, knowing all the while that thing was still with him. Marcel didn't want to walk. Marcel wanted to run and run and run until he collapsed into his mother's arms, apologizing for not believing her and scorning his father. But Marcel couldn't shake the horrible, awful feeling that if he let this thing know that he knew it was there, he would never see his family again. So he walked, and he walked, and he walked, singing little songs that his mother used to sing him before bed that would ward off the evil spirits from entering his dreams at night, just trying not to think of what might happen if he looked behind him.